2,000 meters below the ocean's surface, a silent space race is China is building the world's first deep-sea space station, a heavily armored laboratory engineered to withstand crushing pressure. By the year 2030, this high-tech underwater base, anchored in the resource-rich South China Sea, this multi-billion-dollar project represents a quantum leap in maritime engineering. The process begins with advanced metallurgy, crafting a hull strong enough to resist the weight of an entire ocean. Standard steel would crush like an aluminum can under the 200 atmospheres of pressure at the seabed. Engineers utilize a proprietary titanium matrix, forged to create an impenetrable, seamless protective shell. This specialized alloy is designed to distribute stress evenly across the entire surface of the station. Automated robotic systems execute micro-welds with sub-millimeter precision along the main structural seams. A single microscopic pocket of air inside a weld could cause a catastrophic hull breach in milliseconds. Every millimeter of the hull undergoes rigorous, non-destructive testing using advanced acoustic imaging. Individual hull segments are moved into testing chambers to simulate the brutal depths of the abyss. Mechanical fasteners are reinforced with chemical bonding agents to ensure zero structural slippage. Computer models subject the design to extreme underwater earthquakes and shifting tectonic stresses. Physical destruction testing pushes these materials far beyond their rated operational limits. Internal ribbing is added to provide secondary structural support against sudden depth changes. The exterior is layered with complex composites to prevent saltwater degradation over decades of exposure. The outer skin must be perfectly hydrodynamic to prevent microscopic turbulence from wearing down the material. This multi-layered defense system acts as the primary shield for the human life inside. With the main modules forged, the phase of internal structural integration begins. Miles of fiber optic cabling are integrated directly into the structural walls for real-time monitoring. Every circuit is redundant, ensuring backup systems instantly activate if a primary line fails. Power distribution blocks are isolated in explosion-proof compartments throughout the lower decks. The station's electrical architecture is segmented to prevent localized failures from blacking out the facility. To achieve true long-endurance autonomy, the station relies on a compact, cutting-edge power source. A small-scale, highly shielded nuclear power pack provides continuous electricity for years without refueling. Multiple layers of dense lead and composite shielding isolate the reactor completely from the crew quarters. Closed-loop cooling systems utilize the freezing deep-sea water outside to maintain optimal reactor temperatures. Every valve is built with manual overrides, allowing the crew to handle emergencies without relying on automation. Next comes life support, utilizing advanced molecular sieves to recycle and purify the internal atmosphere. Oxygen generators work alongside water recycling units to create a fully closed-loop ecosystem. Every drop of moisture, from humidity to waste, is reclaimed, purified, and converted back into drinking water. Automated sensors test the purity of the water and air every single second to detect airborne contaminants. Airflow is carefully pressurized to match sea level conditions, preventing decompression sickness during extended stays. Living quarters are engineered for maximum ergonomic efficiency, combating psychological stress in confined spaces. Individual quarters are acoustically isolated, allowing crew members to sleep soundly next to active machinery. Specialized lighting arrays replicate natural daylight cycles to maintain the crew's circadian rhythms in total darkness. The brain of the station is a 4D environmental surveillance grid powered by artificial intelligence. This grid processes massive streams of data, from localized methane fluxes to regional seismic movements. Fiber optic networks link the station directly to China's mainland seabed monitoring infrastructure. Acoustic telemetry allows seamless communication through the water column with surface vessels and satellites. Seismic dampeners protect sensitive navigation computers from the violent tremors of the ocean floor. The viewports are constructed from multi-layered quartz glass, capable of resisting millions of pounds of total force. These windows provide the crew with a direct line of sight into the mysterious, pitch-black abyssal plains. Crucial to operations is the docking mechanism, allowing safe crew transfers at extreme depths. The docking ring must form a perfect, high-pressure seal with incoming crewed submersibles. Triple redundant hydraulic latches grip the incoming vessel, counteracting powerful deep-sea currents. An integrated pressure equalization system prevents explosive decompression during the transfer process. Every safety protocol is engineered to give the crew a reliable path home if the main systems fail. Beyond human crew, the station acts as a base for an army of autonomous underwater vehicles. Equipped with AI navigation, these drones can map the seabed for miles without human intervention. They scour the abyss, looking for unique geological formations and biological hotspots. Samples are brought directly into pressurized holding areas to preserve their natural states. Inside this deep-sea laboratory, scientists can analyze minerals and organisms without changing their environment. This allows for unprecedented study of life forms that thrive under extreme chemical and pressure conditions. Specific gas mixtures are maintained to simulate the extreme environments of hydrothermal vents. Total electrical isolation prevents sensitive research instruments from suffering interference from the main reactor. With all modules fully integrated and tested, the final assembly of the structure is complete. Years of engineering culminate in a machine that is finally ready to face the deepest frontiers of Earth. The massive segments are transported to the launch dock, preparing for their long journey out to sea. This specialized transport vessel is one of the few capable of carrying and launching a structure of this scale. Every cable is thick enough to hold the weight of multiple commercial airliners simultaneously. Precision placement on the launch deck is critical to maintain the ship's center of gravity during transit. The vessel must travel hundreds of miles out into the deep, unpredictable waters of the South China Sea. As the launch site is reached, the engineering team prepares for the most dangerous phase of the project. The deployment window requires perfect weather conditions, as heavy swells could stall the entire launch. The moment of truth arrives, as the first primary module is suspended over the deep blue sea. Satellites and ocean buoys track local currents to find the optimal moment for descent. Slowly, the structure breaks the surface, transitioning from the world of air to the world of crushing water. Ballast systems are carefully flooded, allowing the massive structure to begin its controlled descent. The station begins a slow journey downward, passing through the vibrant upper zones of marine life. Computer systems continuously adjust tension on the lowering cables to prevent any sudden tilting. At 500 meters, all natural sunlight vanishes, and the station enters a realm of perpetual darkness. High-intensity lighting arrays illuminate the path forward, cutting through the abyssal gloom. The descent takes hours of careful coordination, navigating around uncharted deep-sea topography. This is a world untouched by human history, governed by extreme pressures and unique biological rules. As the station nears the 2,000-meter mark, the external pressure reaches 2 tons per square inch. The station safely reaches the abyssal plain, preparing to anchor itself permanently to the ocean floor. Massive suction anchors drive themselves deep into the soft sediment, locking the facility into place. With the primary module anchored, secondary supply lines and power cables are deployed from the surface.
This cable establishes a permanent data and secondary power link with surface support networks. In a series of complex underwater maneuvers, the remaining modules are lowered and aligned. Automated docking systems guide the massive structures together with millimeter accuracy. The connection is locked, and automated systems instantly begin pumping out the trapped seawater. With the water evacuated, the internal atmosphere is equalized across all connected station modules.
The first crew of deep-sea aquanauts prepares to descend, marking the start of active station operations.
These men will be the pioneers of a new era of deep-sea exploration and scientific discovery.
The submarine dives quickly, carrying the crew down to their new home in the deep abyss. After an hour of descent, the submarine aligns with the primary station transfer hatch.
A perfect seal is achieved, and the docking chamber quickly equalizes to match the station's internal pressure. The hatch opens, and human steps echo inside the world's deepest crewed laboratory for the first time.
The 4D environmental monitoring grid goes live, mapping the deep-sea world in real time.
The station's primary scientific mission begins with the study of rare and extreme ecosystems.
Scientists focus on methane-rich cold seeps and hydrothermal vents that host bizarre, undiscovered life forms. These areas contain vast deposits of methane hydrates, a highly concentrated energy source known as flammable ice. The station provides a unique platform to study how to safely map and potentially harvest these massive energy reserves.
Understanding these resources could secure energy independence for generations to come. Beyond energy, the station searches for rare mineral deposits scattered across the abyssal plains. Vast fields of polymetallic nodules contain high concentrations of cobalt and nickel, vital for modern electronics.
The facility refines automated retrieval methods that can operate in the harshest environments on Earth. Real-time analysis allows the crew to identify the richest mineral zones with extreme efficiency.
Every discovery is beamed instantly via the fiber optic link back to command centers on the mainland.
The station also serves as a critical environmental surveillance hub, tracking tectonic movements. Early warning systems can detect shifting fault lines long before they cause tsunamis on the surface.
Thanks to its advanced seismic dampeners, the station survives environmental shifts without a single scratch.
Day after day, the automated systems keep the crew safe, maintaining a perfect island of life in the abyss. High-energy nutrition and strict schedules ensure the crew remains at peak physical performance throughout the mission.
As the month-long mission nears its end, the life support systems have proved their complete reliability. The first crew has successfully proven that humans can live and work indefinitely in the deep ocean. With research objectives complete, the crew prepares to return to the sunlit world above. The submarine ascends, leaving the station behind to continue its automated operations on the seabed.
This deep-sea space station is just the first step in a massive, coordinated program to conquer the ocean frontiers.
A triumph of modern engineering, It stands as a testament to what human ingenuity can build against all odds. As the technology matures, more stations will be deployed, unlocking the remaining secrets of the deep. The lessons learned here will pave the way for the next generation of extreme environment construction projects.
The deep ocean is no longer an unreachable abyss, but a new horizon for human civilization.
What really happened inside is the birth of an engineering marvel that has changed deep-sea construction forever.